Hello, thank you for joining me. I'm on the last two extra bits for Rosie. I'm going to include this studio card just because I think that she needs to be in this book. Her picture would be contemporary to it, and so I found, by digging, really wallowing down to the bottom, I found this antique piece of rose ephemera, and only in that time did the embossing work so beautifully. The paper is so shiny and lovely. This looks really like it's been untouched over the years. And so I decided that I wanted to add a little bit more of myself to this. So I've decided to make some seam binding leaves to tuck in under this piece of ephemera. And so I went to my greens drawer, and I found some matching embroidery floss, and I'm going to show you how I made these leaves. They work for flower buds, they work for leaves, they work a treat. I'm just teasing the end of this piece of thread, pulling out one, and they will never mess up if you hold it towards the end and just pull out one straight away. And I'm going to use my needle threader. I used to be able to do that, but time has taken its toll, so needle threader in hand, one strand of floss, and a tailor's knot. You take the tip end of the floss, lay it against the meat of your pointer finger, lay the needle down so that it doesn't make any difference if it's at a right angle or an X. Press it down, and let me do that again. There you go. Thread on the meat of the finger, press the needle down, and wrap 1, 2, 3, 4 times-ish. Pinch, but not too tightly so that you can't move the needle. Pull, and you have a perfect knot each and every time. So, for these last two, I have 1, 2, 3 done. So for these last two, I have my piece of seam binding, and you'll notice I haven't done anything to it. So if you hold your seam binding flat, one thumb on top, one thumb underneath, one thumb on top, one thumb underneath, give it a twist, hold that one end, bring this guy around, and it will, okay, it says in the fine print, thumb under, fold, it's flat, fold, so that now this thumb is up, hold this, bring this guy back, so that you have developed, if you pull a little bit, you have developed a little point, and that is your leaf. Let me show you that again. Thumb down, thumb up, give it a twist, hold it, bring this one around towards the back, and if you look at it, you have what I call a little fairy hat over your thumb. Okay? A little tiny hat over your thumb. This is what it looks like. Okay? And when you get your little fairy hat, you just hold it, And you're going to take just a few stitches. Let me get even closer. And I think I'm going to do that one more time because it's nice and close for you. Thumb under, thumb over, fold it, and bring the one to the back. Pull it around, and your little fairy hat is on your finger right there. And you're holding it and taking your needle, and you're going to sew straight across here, right under where the top of the fairy hat would be. So one just tiny little stitches across. This is not rocket science. There's no perfection involved here. Turn it upside down. Turn it upside down. You'll see your stitches there. Go back across a couple of stitches. And now it's made. Just give it a nice tug. Just give it a nice tug, and it will gather that into a leaf, and then you can wrap it back or you can wrap it forward and give it a good tug under the fairy hat here. Let's make sure this is loose because it adds to the prettiness. Maybe I usually do it 2 or 3 times. Wring its neck pretty well. If it flips over to the side, makes no difference. This is a leaf now. Now, as you can see, your stitches that I've wrapped around 3 times, you get your needle in right underneath. Right underneath. And you're going to tie off. 1, same place each time, or almost the same place. 2, 3. Mission accomplished. Cut off your thread close. And there you have it. That's what you're going to use to glue. Cut it off. And if that's a little long for what you're working on, that's okay. Give it a trim. And there we have an expressive, as they would say in art, an expressive leaf. So, where will we put that one? We have 1, 2, 3. I think I'll put this one over here. Get this tucked under. Pull out the leaf. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we don't want that stitching to show, so we'll just shove it under a little further. There it is. 4, and 1 more. Where's my needle? Right here. I'm going to make a knot again. Thread on the pointer finger, cross over with the needle, and hold it. Do it again, hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Put it between the fingers of the other hand and pull gently, and we have a knot. So, finger, thumb down, thumb up, twist. Go behind. This one is folded, that's okay, no problem. Go behind, and there is your little leaf or fairy hat. Now, We're going to sew right across from one side of this to the other. Okay, let me wait for this to focus. Come on. Okay. Let me go out just a little bit because it's fighting me on this. Oh, there it is. It's finally waking up. Okay. That's the distance it likes. Okay. Right straight across under the opening of the hat here, one tiny, tiny, tiny little stitches. Hold it, pull through, and you have a nice little row of stitches in there. Turn it upside down, hold it, go back over that row of stitches, and no one, the stitching police are not here to watch. So when you get back over to the other side, you pull your thread through, turn it back upside down, right side up, sorry, and give it a good tug. Give it a good tug to gather and wrap 2, 3, 4 this time, why not? You can see your wrap right there. You're going to tie off by going under that wrap. Just stick the needle in. 1, 2, 3, cut this off, cut this off, and there we have our leaf. Let's go back down here. I think we'll put number 5 down towards the bottom, right there. So 5 leaves have been added, and I'm going to make sure when I glue now that the stitching doesn't show. I'm going to shove these leaves under far enough. So let's plan on this now. I'm going to use art glitter glue. I know that my piece of ephemera is supposed to be right there. So I'm going to clip that down. So it doesn't decide to get away from me. I'm going to clip that down to hold it. Okay, now, I decided I want this first piece. Let's see, maybe this, see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'm going to move this down 1. Maybe I'll leave that there. Yes, I like it there. Okay, that's where it's going to go. Take it out. Put just a little bit of this glue on the back. Not too much. And let's find that spot again. Shove it way under so that none of the stitching shows. And hold it down. Let's hold it down. Okay. That leaf is set. Let's do this one. this one up here. I don't want to go too close to her face. Whoops, that's okay. Let's move over, Carol. Let's move over. Here we go. This one's down. Now this one. This one in here. So we have this, and this glued down, and this number 4. Now number 4 is going in there. I have to be very careful because I want to make sure that that stitching isn't showing. Okay, and last but not least, down here, flip it over. And under here. Pencil. I'm going to put this mark for this leaf, this mark for this one, and that mark for that one. And there are our leaves. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, we need the stem. A few drops for the leaves around the outside. Now this covers up that word right over there. Now I'm looking particularly to make sure that the thread is covered. I can go up just a little more there. Okay, I have to come over this way a little bit more. One works. And let's get these down. Then I'm going to go back around and tuck a little bit more glue in, but first I'm going to let this settle. And let's have a nice close look at this. Okay. That's better. Nobody on earth would see that stitching but me. And so I have to grow up a little bit because it does match. There we go. There we go. That's going to be a side. I want to clean up a little bit and come back and work on this paper pad that I'm going to be adding using the front inside page of the book. I've tried to use everything that I could out of the book. And there's only one page that I could not manage to squeeze in here. But I'm thinking now that while I'm cleaning up, I'm going to go and get this last page inside the back of the book. I'm going to add that, and then we'll work on this. I do hope you will try using something as simple as your seam binding and a piece of thread and a needle, and of course a handy dandy needle threader to try making leaves or buds or whatever. I'm going to be doing more and more of this because I think adding some personal stitchery to these junk journals are just something that I'm looking forward to doing. So I'll be back when this is cleaned up and I get this extra page for this book. While I was cleaning up and working away, I decided that I would go into my my rose book and find a red and a pink rose that would I could turn into an envelope. So I'm going to do that to add to the extras with this journal. Okay, so 8 7/8. Alrighty, yes. 8 7/8, and there. This book has been a wonder and a joy since I purchased it quite a while ago. Well, now, this was one of the pages that I did in September of 17 using the flowers in this book. And there it is. Okay, so we'll have one pink and one red envelope with this new paper. Now let's get going here, because this needs to be 8 7/8 inches square. Eight and 7/8 inches square. That would work right here. And well, let's make it parallel, Carol. That would make sense. 8 7/8. Okay. Well, that doesn't look like any kind of sense at all, Carol. 8 and 7/8 would be right here. That's better. And now eight and 7/8. Right there. Right, I'm going to go and cut these and put my rose book back. In fact, this piece came out of one of these pages. It was a scrap. And isn't that lovely? As I am sure you will have noticed, I don't seem to be able to stay away from Rosie. I am having such fun with her that I continue to add goodies, but I think I'm going to stop now with these 3 additions. And let's see, do I have that correct? 3 3/4, 3 3/4, yes. I've learned how to work this contraption. It is absolutely the best. The best, the best. I just love it to death. I have great fun making special envelopes like this. Okay. As well, I must stop talking while I'm doing this because it does take some minor amount of concentration here. I don't think this one is going to quite work. Let's see what we can do here. Let's turn in, I think we'll make that the outside. Yes, we will. I'm going to turn in these sides, and if this one does not work, I certainly have plenty of pages in that book, and I can use this for something that I would be working on. And here again, thank heavens for bone folders. Yes, that's not quite the way it ought to be now. This row's facing up, so this is the top of the envelope. This is the bottom. That gets folded up. Yes, it does. I learned that after the first 1 or 2, being a little bit upside down. But that's me all over. Learning by goofing. Well, this isn't so bad at all, no. It might be just a little bit, but the inside of this envelope, when you open it, is just gorgeous. I'm going to see what I can do here. What's the finished product looks like. Let's go now. Do? Yes. Alrighty. Oh my, isn't that inside pretty? So, what is the expression? I'm not a robot. Therefore, perfection will not quite come my way. Now, these 2. Getting to the end of this glue. Yes, I am. Yeah, there it is. Certainly do not need much of this best glue ever, because it does do its job rather quickly. And, okay, that was fun. Now, I have glued down the bits around the edge here. It says in the fine print. Just a little more gluing on that one and that one. Oh yes. Oh yes. Everybody else down. That one is not quite making me happy. So let's keep my finger here. Catch this one. There we go. And here is the notepad. And I've had a good think about this and realized that I'm not going to do anything with this because it might be a notepad, or it would then also be pages that could be added and used in the journal. So I was thinking I would just do this, and maybe a little bit of this. Right there. And fold here. Then I can keep the pink to the front. Well, that wasn't the plan. Well, Carol, let's put the pink on the front. There you go. So, and then this bit gets cut there. Silly lump. Definitely silly lump. There we go. And I'm going to use some tea dye. Just a little bit here. I have a new deckled-edged ruler. That's why this is looks like this. I must get a little bit better. I don't think I rip fast enough. But there's another art learning experience. Alrighty, I'm going to attach that now to each other. Here we go. Now, this pad of paper. And I'm going to put these on because that way this can become finalized, or the papers used, or different ones added, or whatever. And so I do hope, again, that you have enjoyed our playtime together while I have made these additions for Rosie, and I will be ironing her sari ribbon and doing little finish-up bits in her, and I'll be doing a page turn pretty soon, probably in the middle of next week. If you have enjoyed sharing this time with me today, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I would appreciate your subscribing to my channel. The notebook and 2 envelopes for play. Bye now. See you shortly.